First of all, I better check the Monokuma file to see exactly what's going on. The victim was Chihiro Fujisaki. The time of death is estimated to be around 2 a.m. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the second floor of the school. The cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. That's all it says. Well, it's not like there's any point to complaining about it. No matter what, I gotta do what I gotta do. Monokuma file number 2 has been added to the Truth Bullets section of your handbook. Hey, Makoto, do you have a second? Huh? Did you need something from me?
Naturally.
Of course, life without purpose is quite dull, you know? So what did you need? I'm going to let you cooperate with me during my investigation. Huh?
What?
I'm purchasing your talent, the same talent which allowed you to solve Sayaka's case. No, I just...
Stop talking.
You seem to have some limited use, which is why I've chosen you. You have the honor of contributing to my investigation. So you're inviting me to come with you? You're doing it in the most arrogant way possible, though.
Let's go.
Now then, shall we get started? But... we need to get moving. There's no time to be standing around. ... I don't really know what's just happened, but it looks like I'll be working with Byakuya on this one. There's a dumbbell on the floor and... this is a blood stain. There's a blood stain on the dumbbell. The Monokuma file said a blow to the head with a blunt object is what killed her. Does that mean this dumbbell? Does that mean this dumbbell was actually the murder weapon?
That's right.
I don't imagine it could have been anything else. Locker room dumbbell has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. I use this locker room all the time. Now it's become sad of Chihiro's death. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else and carried here. She was very light, that is true. It wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her. Still.
Well.
I still think she came here on her own by choice. What makes you say that? She's been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger. So you're saying she came here to exercise? According to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Would she really have been exercising that late?
Perhaps.
Hina or myself are usually in the locker room during the day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it? Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. So I can only assume she was trying to avoid us. And instead she came to exercise in the middle of the night?
However...
Perhaps. But it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. So you're saying she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret? But that she also would have come with someone else? It's a possibility, I think. Sakura's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Dude had a real complex about being weak. You heard Chihiro talk about it, right? I need to get stronger. Yeah, I do remember she said that one more than once. Sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't that strong. I don't know, man. Haven't really thought about that stuff. The cause of Chihiro's complex. I can't help wondering what it might be. Mondo's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Now I believe it's about time for us to move on. Huh? Really?
What?
New clues will magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case. That's true, but
Let's go.
if you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. He's so pushy. I got caught up with the wrong person this time. So, this is our next location. Huh? This place is related to the investigation? Figure it out yourself. It's no fun if you don't, right? ... It's not even the scene of the crime, idiot. If I remember right, this card reader is meant to work with our handbooks, right?
What?
Do you have an issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma. He said that, then quickly and sharply clapped his hands together.
Did you call for me?
Has he been domesticated?
That's right.
It seems that Makoto has a question for you.
You need something?
Sure, what's up? Well, it's just about this card reader.
Yeah.
Yes, the card readers have all been designed to interface with each of our e-handbooks. You can only enter the locker room corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook. And it's impossible for two people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct?
Unbelievable.
If there were some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl, the ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter. And the school regulations prohibit anyone from lending someone else their handbook, correct?
Of course.
Correct. So then, that means only girls can go in the girls' locker room and only boys can go in the boys' locker room. In other words, Chihiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means... Hey, Makoto, I can see right through you. See right through me? Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Chihiro was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in there.
So in other words,
As such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right?
such ignorance.
Good lord, you're simple. Am I wrong? You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I would expect nothing less from the Damn it. I would expect nothing less than the prodigal son of the noble Togami family. So you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations. Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things.
Yeah!
You're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore, they're things.
Yeah.
Get it? Got it? Good. Wait, hold on. You're saying that's a loophole, but in order to borrow something from someone, then that means someone would have to loan it, so,
Why you?
So sleepy. Just listening to you makes me want to pass out. Be more like Byakuya and get your poop together.
Unbelievable.
Censored. Or else I'll change... Kinda weird that that's censored. When it's a killing game. Oh, whatever, it's fine. No more questions? Figure out the rest of your own damn self. No more questions. Figure out the rest your own damn self.
That's fine.
Well, I know you are unfortunately lacking in mental facilities, so I'll fill you in. Let's head to the main hall. The main hall? That'll help you understand what's going on. Card reader has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. We came to the main hall. So what are we looking for here? Does that mean I have to figure it out myself? There's a mailbox here. Could there be something inside? It's an e-handbook? No, wait, there's 3 of them, but what are they doing here? So you finally found them. Huh? Did you know these were here, Byakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of the dead students get delivered to this mailbox. So then, these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka? You can go ahead and confirm it yourself. I immediately turned on one of the handbooks, and when I did, you're right, this is Sayaka's handbook. Now do you understand? This is a key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I see, yeah, now I understand. Main Hall e-handbooks have been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
What?
Hold on a second. What's wrong?
Very strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Who is it? The other handbook showed Junko's name when I started it up. And the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
I see.
It would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Pummeled with baseballs? The memory of it came flooding back. That cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. The execution that the mastermind concocted. A cruel, heartless death. Yeah. Ugh. Leon's, to me, is one of the most impactful executions in all the game series. Oh, God. It was so brutal to me. You're right. I wouldn't be surprised for the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Damn it!
Hey! Hey!
No!
Hey! What? That e-handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, and a big deal. There's no way it would break that easily. But it did.
That's impossible!
If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. It can withstand up to 10,000 tons of pressure, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with, it wouldn't do crap. But, even my amazing handbook does have one weak spot. It does?
I can't hear you!
But it's a secret. I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks.
What?
Then Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing what its weakness was, right? Hard to say. You know what I think? I think his handbook isn't actually broken.
What?
But you might ask, how could that be? Leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. What just happened? Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on.
That's fine.
Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so does it matter for now? It doesn't matter for now. Sorry. You think so? Either way, something about it's starting to bother me. Broken e-handbook has been added to the Truth Book section of your handbook. Okay then, this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit. Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro. To be exact, not quite. Huh? Not quite? What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite. Certainly, I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely. I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. Then you really think... You truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Absolutely. I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case. That murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right?
What?
There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give this mysterious serial killer? Genocide Jack. Oh, sorry, I don't know why I sound... Genocide Jack. They say he's killed thousands of people, but that's gotta be an urban legend. Still, could only one of us really be demented could one of us really be a demented psychotic killer like that? You're not wrong to wonder. The words mean little right now. I have something that will prove it, and I can show you. I have a basis to believe that. I assure you, Genocide Jack is one of us. Is there really proof? There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence you need.
It's all clear.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro. Evidence? Does something like that really... Ah, hey you two! Big trouble! I need your help!
I don't have time to play with you.
We're busy, leave us alone. But it's an emergency, emergency! Come on, please, you gotta help me.
Please!
This is a serious emergency, please, please, you gotta help me. Just calm down, okay, Hina? But it's an emergency. An emergency? What's happened?
Well...
Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. Well, I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Byakuya?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit I'm intrigued. I suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her. Are you sure?
Don't make me repeat myself.
I didn't expect that. I thought for sure he'd just say no, but that'd be the end of it.
Yeah!
Okay, come on, hurry! Wait for us, Hina.
Let's go.
It looks like she headed to the dorms to Toko's room, most likely. You're right. You guys are too slow. I think you're just too fast. So, what's this emergency? Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, you know? See how she was doing, but when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out, and she kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff?
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, oh, good idea. I may as well give it a shot. The door swung open, slowly and silently. Holy crap! An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
What? Oh, nothing. It's just that, Hina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But, could you open up, just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Huh?
Won't let Genocide Jack have control.
And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time. When I rang a little while ago, oh, drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend. It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there all alone, so I tried to bust down her door. But it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door? Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's so scared?
But
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Hey, Byakuya, do you think you could ask her? To come out of her room, I mean?
That's fine.
Sure, whatever.
huh?
Huh? Huh? You're going to talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of her door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments,
What do you want?
oh, leave me alone. You're all so annoying. Byakuya! Bacula? Bacula? Bacula!
It's Byakuya.
Sorry. I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. And with that, the door slammed shut. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Hold on. Hey Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise?
What?
Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. But
Stop talking.
if I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya? I hurried to catch up. I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library? Come on, let's go in. Is the evidence that proves it was Genocide Jack really in the library?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Don't make me say it again. If I remember, on the other side of this door, it's the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Oh, here?
Let's go.
It'll all make sense once you're inside. Whoa, there's so many books and files. And so much dust, too.
So in other words,
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. If you pay attention to your surroundings, you're sure to discover the value for yourself. Damn. Huh? It's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before.
what?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? There before, then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I would put it to good use. There's a wooden box. It's empty. Although judging by the smudges on the desk, it looks like there was something inside. I wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was in the library. An extension cord, huh? There's so many files stuffed onto the shelf. What's in all of these things?
That's enough.
Those documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner. You mean like members of the Diet or something? No. I mean the ones with real power, the secret council controlling everything from the shadows. Is he talking about the Illuminati? If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there. Disappeared. Is that supposed to be? It seems wrong to me. Oh, whatever. I'm just gonna continue. You're just kidding, right? Am I? Damn. I'll just let it go for now. This shelf is stuffed with files. Without really thinking about it, I picked one at random. Ah, you have a sharp eye, indeed, to select that file. Huh?
That's right.
That's the report on the presidential assassination. The original is kept in the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it. Without making a sound, I return the file to the shelf. Without making a sound, I return the file to the shelf. I don't know why that made me laugh, sorry. There's a ton of thick files stuffed onto the bookshelf. If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful. Huh? What do you mean? All those files there are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Oh? So are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room right here. It's a room. It's a home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be for real, right?
Such ignorance.
That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label a lie. Well, it's not that, it's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together? I suppose it goes to show just how much power Hostpeak truly wields, or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? You still can't believe it? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible.
What?
What do you mean, usually? Usual, normal, ordinary, simple? Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there's no doubt. Hold on a second. You're saying you've read all these documents and more than once? But all this has to be like top secret, confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, but not as dusty. Huh? Members of the TOGAMI family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible?
So
I already told you, there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council. And I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whichever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim without a doubt that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. And what always interested me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine ever since I was little. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
That's right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases have been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that at every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. And the second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in blood, and the victim's body is suspended. This is exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro. Save your surprise, the best part is yet to come. For the second characteristic, where the victims are suspended, the only ones that knew about this particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. Huh? In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about the aspect of each crime. Only the key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. Now, if you can recall Chihiro's corpse. Her body was most recently mounted in this fashion. So, how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So, in other words,
The culprit isn't a copycat killer. It's the real Genocide Jack. Ugh!
in other words,
That's right. There is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden herself among us, the rest of us. Then, Genocide Jack really is such a brutal, fiendish killer really is walking around among us.
interesting.
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
Such ignorance.
If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. Oops. Byakuya, about the Genocide Jack case file. Could you let me see it?
That's fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you.